Welcome back to the Buster Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Billy B. Hello, baseball fans. We've got a spring training matchup from Scottsdale Stadium. Rockies coming into town to face the Giants. Beautiful day for baseball. 84 degrees, partly cloudy, calm winds at 2 miles per hour. First pitch was at 1:04 p.m., and they wrapped this one up in 2 hours and 36 minutes in front of 6,701 fans. And the final score? Well, let's just say the Giants got some work in. Rockies 11, Giants 3. But you know the drill. We're only looking at the orange and black today. Let's break it down. Up the middle, the contact zone, the game changers, and the closer. Up the middle. All right, let's start on the mound. What did we see from Giants pitching today? Like most preseason games, this one was a bullpen day for the Giants. 7 pitchers took the hill, and honestly, it was a tough one across the board. Let's run through a few of them. Tidwell got the loss in 2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, struck out 1, and gave up 2 home runs for a whip of 2.0. Tidwell faced 9 batters, no groundouts and 2 flyouts. That home run ball really hurt him. Gave up 2 in his outing. Bivens. In 1 inning he gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts for a whip of 2.0. Bivens faced 4 batters, 2 groundouts, no flyouts. Solid inning, kept the ball on the ground. San Martin. In 1 inning he gave up, hit, 1 earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts and gave up 2 home runs for a whip of 2.0. San Martin faced 4 batters, forced 1 groundouts, no flyouts. A bad outing for sure. Birdsong was worse. In just 1 inning he gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and a dinger. For a whip of 7.00, yikes. Looks like Birdsong will be starting the season in the minors if things don't get better real soon. Let's now look at the number of pitches thrown by each pitcher and how many of those were strikes. For the Giants, Tidwell 36 pitches minus 24 strikes, 66% strikes. Bivens 11 pitches minus 10 strikes. 91% he was throwing darts. The rest of the pitchers were pretty wild. Not a good showing today for what has been darn good thus far in spring training. Let's check to see if there are any defensive highlights or lowlights for the Giants. 1 error, Arraez with a fielding miscue. That's gonna show up in the box. This is what the Giants don't want to see. Defense is his problem. Buster will not like that at all for sure. On the bright side, Ramos picked off McCarthy at second base. Nice heads-up play. And Adams turned a slick double play with Arraez and Devers in the third to erase a Rockies rally. Also worth noting, ABS challenge results. Bailey had 2 challenges. 1 ball confirmed, 1 ball overturned to strike. So the system was active today. On to the contact zone. All right, let's talk about what the Giants did at the plate. Spoiler alert. Not a whole lot. The Giants finished with 3 runs on 10 hits with a team batting average of 294, that's 10-4-34. Team OPS. Let's calculate that real quick. 10 hits plus 3 walks equals 13, divided by 34 at bats plus 3 walks equals 37 plate appearances. So that would equal a 351 on base percentage and 529 slugging percentage for a team OPS of 880. Not terrible numbers, but only 3 runs to show for it. Situational hitting was the problem. Runners in scoring position. 1-4-2. That's actually decent efficiency, but they just didn't get enough guys on base in scoring position. They left 4 men on base total. Number 2 out RBIs recorded. But they did hit 3 homers. This year will be about contact hitting and putting the ball in play. The Giants didn't do that today very well. This is where Tony and his staff will be put to the test. Matt Chapman in the first, solo shot off Beloso. 108.4 miles per hour exit velo. It was a blast over 430 feet, I think. Heliot Ramos in the 5th. Solo shot off Vodnik. So only 2 homers for the Giants today. Individual standouts, who hit above .275. Let's see the Giants' batting lines. 2 doubles. Bader had 1 and, actually just Bader, and 2 homers, Chapman and Ramos. That's it for extra base knocks. The game changers. Alright, here are today's top 3 Giants performers, the guys who tried to keep this one close. Number 3. Harrison Bader. Doubled, drove in a run, scored once. Solid day at the dish from the center fielder. Number 2. Matt Chapman. First inning homer gave the Giants an early lead. 108 miles per hour off the bat, 369 feet. Set the tone early, even if the pitching couldn't hold it. Number 1. Heliot Ramos. 2-4-2, homer, RBI. The only Giant with a multi-hit game. Looked locked in at the plate. In spring training, that's what you want to see. A young guy getting his work in and putting together quality at-bats. Bonus mentions. The ABS challenges were interesting. Bailey had 2, got 1 overturned in his favor. And the pickoff by Ramos was a nice defensive moment. But honestly, not much else to shout about today. The closer, let's shut this one down. So here's the quick recap. What's the defining theme of this one? Giant fans, this game was about the Giants' pitching depth getting tested and failing. 7 pitchers, 11 runs allowed, 6 home runs surrendered. You're not going to win many games giving up that kind of power. Offensively, the top of the lineup did some damage early, but the Rockies' arms settled in and the Giants couldn't sustain anything. Spring training game, you tip your cap, get your work in, and move on to the next one. And the season outlook? For the Giants, the bats will be fine. Chapman and Ramos look ready. But the pitching staff needs to figure some things out before opening day. You can't give up 11 runs and expect to compete, even in spring training. This is reminding you to keep your eye on the ball and your ear on the pod. We'll catch you next time.